rinse as always. I hope you guys enjoy. As always, I'm not sure if I cut out there, but yeah. I have not posted it on this channel, on a different channel. I would suggest you guys go subscribe over there, because I do post there more often, because I could do more broader things. Like this might post like a different version of this on there. But yeah, I would suggest you guys to go ahead and subscribe and put the bell notifications on over there. If you watch there, then you obviously know what I do there already. I still do post what is. Yes, I know, another YouTube channel. So generic, but I really would suggest you guys to do this. Because of the way I built up my channel on here, I'm still posting on there, but I built up my channel on only sticking to the Narutoverse. I can't expand outwards and like do Dragon Ball or like just do cross series, because whenever I do that, they do not go as well, and I do not want to subject my fans, well, my subscribers, I should say. I don't have fans yet, but I don't want to subject my subscribers to stuff they don't want to watch. So there's no point in me doing that. But other than that, we get right into this video, and we're going. Oh yeah, and also another thing is, I just said I'm not gonna be posting as much on there, but I am gonna post in the next 2 days on there, and I'm gonna just go ahead and keep posting. Hopefully, I could do it every other day. I probably won't, and I'm gonna just go back and do like the old series and just continue my series instead of constantly trying to make new ones, because obviously that don't work. Other than that, we're going to be talking about what if Naruto was a ghoul. And for those who don't know what a ghoul is just, they're technically not humans. They're technically not humans. They are a different species, and they have to eat human flesh. I would say probably a species of humans, or a species of, because you can obviously still have a child. Because for those who don't know, I'm actually not going to spoil that. You can have a child, so we're obviously related somehow in some way. So it's probably that the bodies of ghouls evolved, because they probably came from cannibals. There's a video on that on my other channel, so go ahead and check that out on how I think ghouls even became a thing. But other than that, let's get right into this video. Naruto is what age of, he's just in the academy currently. He's about the age of, let's just say, 12. And he is part of a clan. This clan is nearly destroyed, yes. Just like his Uzumaki heritage. He's still Uzumaki, by the way. He's part of this. He also part of this clan. They are called the Gulick. The Gulick. Because they are called the Gulick. Because obviously the ghoul type nature. And they are well known for having to eat human flesh. Or they're well known mercenaries. But Naruto, having been half Uzumaki, well, technically part Uzumaki and part Namikaze, along with being half ghoul. So yeah, that's what ends up happening, and Naruto's just walking back to his compound. They're just a small clan, because if they know if they grow out if they grow out too much, then they would not have a food supply, because then they're just like constantly hunting until they have to turn on their own village, and then it would just be ghouls eating ghouls, which is possible. Just cannibalism. That's all I gotta say. That's just cannibalism. But yeah. So he's walking home, and 3 Chunin grab him, and 1 Jonin, yes. For those who just watched that Ghost Rider video that was a Sensei post, which I do follow him. But yeah, that's the way I got the numbers from. Pull him out to the side and start beating pretty savagely on him, since they know that he can regenerate pretty easily, having the 9 tails and being a ghoul. So he has even more of an enhanced healing factor, because ghouls have more. And they just drag him. After beating him for a little to unconscious state, they drag him. And this is where it gets much more like what a sensei. It's not exactly what a sensei, so. They actually drag him out to just the forest, and they take him out to a secluded area, and not that many animals go there. And they actually start torturing him. Yes. They actually started torturing him like they do to Kaneki, which is the guy with the white hair. And I'm not sure I do not have a picture of him having that signature centipede, but they take out a centipede from out the fort, crawl around in Naruto's head, and Naruto slowly starting to lose sanity and also from stress. But they do what Jason does to Kaneki. This is where I got the video inspiration from listening to What If Sensei's, where it was like how Kaneki how Naruto is being tortured, but still, not going insane. But yeah, they are actually asking. They're not asking him questions, but they're doing what Jason does. They're telling him to count to 1,000,000. So, and they do this every single day, so he could technically be, sane. But eventually, he starts losing his sanity. He's just like, why me? This wretched world. They chose me out of all people to receive this treatment. And he's slowly starting to lose his hair. He's no longer, half of his hair is white. Like, if you split it diagonally instead of horizontally, that half of his hair is white. It's completely white, and at this level amount, so ninjas are searching for him, and they're the squad that actually has the search for in that area. They specifically chose that area. And one day, 2 months later, Naruto's hair is fully white, and he decides to finally do it. He weakens to being tortured. He's just like, this pain doesn't faze me anymore. And they had to actually make shit's cuffs, which actually was made out of iron, just like melted down kunais, and they stuck into the ground. And he's just like, I'm done with this. And he breaks it. He completely breaks them by day. The restraints you put on me were weak, to say the least. And now I'm going to devour you. Because you love torture so much, how about I do it to you? He's talking very slowly, very cruel. Because he doesn't care no more. And one is like, how dare you even think I can resist us? He goes to punch Naruto. But Naruto gave into his ghoul side completely before he was still trying to act like not human, because they are human. They're just a clan. But then he wasn't trying to act ghoulish. He just so his powers receded and became weakened. But once he fully let into the ghoul side, he just kind of disappears behind him and says, "You look delicious," and takes a giant chunk from out his shoulder, and he actually breaks up the bone, his collarbone. He broke a piece of it, or where he bit it at. And it's like, you smell delicious, but you taste disgusting. And he slams him down to the ground. And this was the Jonin that attacked him. So all the other Chunin like, run! But he appears in front of him, he's like, oh, now you wanna run? And he stabs his hand in one of their hearts, because he didn't even feel like doing the same thing. He's like, maybe you should have thought about that before you decided to torture me. And he slams the one that he stabbed head straight to the ground, bashing it, and the skull fragments, and his brain matter goes on to the other two Chunin, and I was like, jeez, they're so stupid. And his Kagune, which I don't think I'm gonna put it up on screen, but yeah, I'm definitely, nah, I might. But his Kagune is that of it's a mixture. He has two sets of Kagunes. One is Toka's, because that's where his mother, that was the ghoul. Because for those who don't know, the mother actually has to be ghoul. I think the mother has to be a ghoul. No, sorry, I'm trying to think. No, the mother do not has to be ghoul in order for the child to survive. But yeah, his mother is the one that was ghoul, and she had Toka's, which, for those who don't know, just like it shoots out crystals, the source. And then he has Kaneki, the signature one, Arize's. So, and for the Kushina and Minato are their great grandparents. They are still alive, and then his actual parents was, half ghoul, half Uzumaki, half Namikaze. And then what ends up happening is those two, since it's pretty much random, because I'm gonna say it's random because they're not part of the clan. They have that, and there's like, is he the child or prophet? For those who don't, in the Ghoul clan, there was a prophecy. The child that had Rize's, which they call him, has Rize's Kagune, they will be the one to liberate them of the discriminated against. But Naruto is like, no, I couldn't possibly be that child. I must be the antagonist of that whole prophecy, because the antagonist also has that. He just, while he's thinking that he kills them, he wipes them out completely. There's no more Chunin to stop him, and he's like, I become more powerful than ever. And slowly turn. I'm not sure if you can hear my mic a little bit closer, but yeah, he goes back to the Hokage. Like, Naruto, where have you been? And why aren't you here? Like those two those three Chunin, and one Jonin, the one that was searching the secluded area of the forest. They took me and started torturing me. That's how I got my white hair, and I killed them. You can't really kill me, but I'll suffer any consequences you want me to. It's like in the third Hokage, like, consequences, you didn't do nothing wrong. They were torturing you, as you said. Very obviously tell his body is actually very scarred up from not because they have special kunai. They actually stories where it actually did do a lot of damage and stop the healing factor. So his body is all scarred up. And he's like, okay, thank you. And they say, wait, Naruto, your mother, she died. It was like, what? And the emotions came back for a minute. The emotions came back, all flowing back into his head. And the nine cents are starting to take on. He's like, who killed her? Did someone kill her? And he says, and the Hokage says, no, she died from a broken heart of sorts. Oh, sorry. Yeah, the third Hokage says she died of a broken heart of sorts. She died from the sorrow of missing you. It's like, my father, he's still alive. My grandparents, still alive. He's like, and he knows he has to do it in his head. In his head, he says, I need to learn the Edo Tensei. And her back. I need her back. And the compound very groggily, if you could say that, as he just woke up from his nap, and he haven't slept in quite a while. It does like his first nap in like the past 3 weeks, so he was very hysterical. He's like, mother, anytime a female person that's older than the age of 18 walks past him, he's like, mother. And then he realizes it's not, and he just says, this is too much, you gotta go back to the compound. And he runs off. Scarred up, no shirt and all. He only has his pants, and his pants is cut off to a certain point as well. So his legs are scarred up. His whole body is just scarred. And of course, he goes back to the compound. Everyone embraces him. He's like, what happened to your scars? He's like, I was tortured, but I'm happy you're all still alive. And they're like, what do you mean still alive? And he's like, of course, they can never kill me. And they asked what he meant by that. He's like, I'm a ghoul. We can never die by Kunke, which is actually called in Tokyo Ghoul, the weapon that can actually kill ghouls minus guns, take a bullet straight to the head. That is. And he's like, that's endless. And they don't have that. I could never die. And they realize how hysterical he is. And he's like, mother. And he really does see his mother. He's like, mother, I'll bring you back. And she's like, I'm sorry, my child, but I have to leave you for now. And he passes out. The hysteria finally got to him. And he takes a long nap. He's basically in the coma for 3 days. Yes. And his body's replenishing. It's not really replenishing himself. His body making sure he doesn't die but just by his ghoul healing factor plus Karama's healing factor. And he actually starts going. He's like, he wakes up and he knows of one person, because he, in this series, he actually did go to the library. He did inherit some traits from his original self, but he also went to the library once. He knew of one person that knew of the Edo Tensei and could use it. Orochimaru. And he's like, gotta find Orochimaru and show him the power, and he will make it come, and he will teach me the Edo Tensei. So he runs off. He's a rogue nin now. So he finds Orochimaru, and no higher income members in the village, and even the ghouls, they don't blame him for running away from the village. So they think, well, it's pretty fair he ran away. But every other villager is like, yes, finally the demon is gone. And the third Hokage basically just goes up to them and is like, all of you disgust me. And those exact words. He's like, you disgust me. We know we just lost today. We lost our proud nin. Well, not nin yet. We lost our proud villager. He and him alone could have saved this entire village, but now that we don't have him, this entire village could be taken over by the Sand or any other village that has a Jinchuriki. That's all they ever needed. He was the one thing keeping the balance. Now that he's gone, well, the village is destroyed. If the cloud attacks, then we're dead. We have no tail beast to protect us. And the gravity of the situation is sinking in. Crap, we could be taken over. We could be killed. Everyone is scrambling. We have to leave. And they finally realize that all those years of bullying Naruto has done, it doesn't make it better of him dying. Now you're just vulnerable to realize that. Like, we're gonna switch over back to Naruto's perspective, and we actually see Naruto going to the Hidden Side Village. He's tracking Orochimaru off of his scent. He did smell Orochimaru only once when he was just passing by the village, and he could tell it was Orochimaru via his pale skin. And he's like, he smells the air, and he's like, Orochimaru is to the right of me. And he even goes to the Hidden Sound Village, and the guards that's there, he executes both of them. He's like, Orochimaru would take you two on as guards. How weak are you, Orochimaru? And he strolls in there, and a lot of the villagers are acting ninja there, and he just starts skimming around. He's just moving them on. He's like, Orochimaru, come, I'm no longer part of the Hidden Beast village. It's like, oh, the Jinchuriki finally left. You should be a prize body anyway. He's like, you are taking over my body. But don't forget I'm a ghoul. And I can eat you from the inside if you take over. And he's like, ooh, you said you eat my soul. We have to put that theory to the test later. Now what do you want from me? And Naruto says, I want you to teach me the Edo Tensei. He's like, why? What happened? Who are you trying to bring back? He's like, and Naruto says, my mother died of a broken heart while I was tortured. And he's like, oh, so that's why you have your white hair. Cool. And Orochimaru was like, okay, I'll teach you it. And I'm actually be leaving it off here. My next part, I'll be what happens 2 years from now. So basically, I think that'd be just around the time skip. Again, I'm watching, subbing to my other channel. Code Universal is, I'll be putting that down in the description. And also, check out my Discord server, Instagram, all that. Of course, the Discord server will be down there in the description, as always. But if you love this series, which I really do, so if you don't like it on here, then I'll just go ahead and go over to my other channel and post it and repost it onto there, so I could get back and do it on there. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as always. Also my Demon art, because I still do art for those who don't know, because I know a couple of y'all follow me actually. I think only one of y'all do really. But yeah. I still do art. I've actually been working on a piece. Been taking me several days, but yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as always. And it is Rising, yes, logging off. Have a beautiful day.